So, I recently started as a full-time entrepreneur about a month and a half ago. What I'm learning is that, yes, I do have more free time on my hands and I do have the ability to create my schedule, but with this comes more temptations and distractions and like the urges to kind of just take off work. And I'm not gonna lie, like I haven't been 100% consistent with my schedule. I haven't been working as hard as I've wanted to. Sometimes I've been lazy, but I'm actively like working through this. I have learned some things along the way and I wanted to share it with you and maybe it can help you out. So what I'm learning is that some type of action is better than no action. And I know I always tell you to be taking purposeful action and you don't want to be wasting your time on the wrong things, like checking your emails and like just doing things that sound productive but are not actually moving the needle. However, what I'm learning is that taking some type of action is better than just sitting there and doing nothing. Have you ever heard the term idle hands are the devil's playground? And what that means is that when you're just sitting there doing nothing, that's when the temptations come in. That's when you start getting like these thoughts of, oh, well, maybe I'll just go and take a walk in the park now, and maybe I'll just go and enjoy myself. It's because you're not engaged with anything. It's because you're kind of just sitting there and not doing anything. You don't really know what to be doing. That's what I've definitely been finding at so far in my journey of entrepreneurship. So it is helpful to check your emails. It is helpful to like be engaged with something because it's better than nothing. I think this is a different mindset shift for me. So that's what I'm going to be working on, is just be doing something and be engaged in something at all times as opposed to doing nothing. And there are times for meditation and there are times for productively doing nothing, and there are times for productively thinking, but it should be scheduled. It shouldn't just be like randomly when you feel like it, times where you just start thinking and like kind of just start getting in your head and like living in your head. That's what I've been running into myself. So that's really what I've learned about action, is that some type of action is better than no action. Picture it like this. Say you're building a brick house and it's this large ass project that you have to work on and you feel overwhelmed because you're like, there's so many materials that you have to use. There's so many like steps that you have to take. You have the first layer, you have the second layer, you're thinking about all of that, and you kind of get overwhelmed and paralyzed by thinking about how much you have to do. But the thing is that you're afraid of making the wrong moves. You're afraid of like messing up and having to start over. But that's better than just sitting there and thinking, like the faster you can start putting that like foundation down, the faster you can put the bricks down and start taking action, the faster you'll be able to learn what works and what doesn't. But you're not going to find the answer by thinking what works and what doesn't. You're going to find the answer by putting the bricks down and figuring out like, damn, this is not the right foundation. I should have like moved the bricks in a different direction, or I should have like layered it differently. When we're procrastinating, it's because we are overwhelmed by the pile of work that we have to do. But just start brick by brick. Just put that fucking first brick down, and then put the next brick down. Just keep on building on top of that. I did some learning about how we can actually start taking action more often, how we can have more engagement in what we're doing. And what I've found is the first thing is to set goals. You can set short-term goals. Like you can set a goal for 12 o'clock today. Figure out what you want to accomplish by 12 o'clock today. It's a short-term goal, and you're more likely to accomplish things if you know what you want to be doing by 12 o'clock today. It kind of puts that deadline there. You could set an end of the day goal. Set it in shorter increments of time, and you're more likely to take some type of action. Again, it's better than no action. It's better than just sitting there and thinking about what to do. And set long-term goals. Like set goals that you want to accomplish by the end of the year. And you'll kind of know in the back of your mind what to be working towards if you have a longer term goal.
Hey guys, so I just created some resources for you that might be able to help you out even further. The first one is a tool for goal setting. So it's a quick template that you can just copy and use for goal setting. Yeah, check out the link in the description for that.
Another thing is to exercise consistently. I know it sounds kind of unrelated of taking action, but what you'll find is that when you build a habit like exercising, you have more confidence, you have this better self-image of yourself, and you just have more energy throughout the day. And so with more energy, you're more likely to take more action. You're more likely to be more productive. It's pretty easy to get started exercising. Like if you haven't exercised in a while, I get that, but really all you have to do is start super small. I mean, do 5 push-ups if you have to start. 5 push-ups a day. You know, you can build on top of that. Again, it's just about like putting that first brick down. And even if you have to do it once a week, you know, lower your ego. And you'll find that when you lower your ego, you'll be less overwhelmed at the challenge of exercising. And then you just want to start small. So having a consistent routine of exercising will help you take more action throughout your days. So make sure to have that as part of your routine every single day.
Hey guys, the second resource would be a tool for beginners. If you don't have an exercise routine now and you want to start using exercise to get more energy and have more productivity throughout the day, then this could be good for you. It's just a resource for if you're just starting off, and it's a way for you to get more consistent.
And speaking of routines, it would be good to have a routine and sort of make your days more automatic, have more habits. The less decisions that you're making and the less thinking that you're doing, the more like automatic your doing becomes, if that makes sense. So start to have a schedule that you can follow specifically. And that's something that I'm working on myself. I created a schedule for me with pretty much every hour of the day accounted for. And so I'm trying to follow the schedule as best as I can. And I want to get to a point where I follow the schedule to a T and just make it ingrained in myself. And then I start doing things automatically, you know, like recording videos in the morning. I'll just do it automatically. I don't have to think about, oh, what should I be doing right now? I'm not really thinking about what should I be doing. I'm just doing it. Yeah, that can help you out. And then again, stop thinking more and just start doing more. There's times for thinking and there's times for doing nothing, but make sure those times are scheduled. You don't want to just be like doing nothing. The more that we can be engaged and the more we can be active, even if it's the wrong action. You know, I don't know for sure that these videos are the right action for me, but I'm just trying it out. It's some type of action. And you find that you get feedback. You get feedback when you take action. The sooner you can get an idea in your head and then you can implement it, the better. It goes from this whole like thinking mind that you're attached to and this feeling of like overwhelm of I don't know what I should be working on, to you actually taking action and then getting feedback from the action you're taking. And we just need to make a habit of being engaged at all times and learning from the feedback we're getting. We don't learn by analytically thinking, we learn by the feedback we're getting. This is just an example, but say that you're trying to figure out what the best way to approach a girl is, and you are thinking about it analytically. You're like, well, should I say this or should I say this? If I say hi when I first walk up to her, then I'm wondering if she will think this thing. No. What you do is you go up to her, you get out of your mind, and then you just say something, and then you get the feedback. If she says, sorry, I'm not interested, then you learned that what you did was wrong. That's how I learned from my YouTube videos, if they're performing well or not. I look at the comments and I look at, the subscribers. To be honest, it's a measurement, because I don't always know what's going to work and what's not going to work. I try to take action and then get the feedback from the action I'm taking. And again, this relates to like the speed of implementation, which this simply just means like getting the ideas of what we think might work, what we think the right action to take is, and actually putting it out into real action and trying it out. Hopefully that makes sense. Another thing is be productive with a purpose. Try to be intentional with what you're doing. Try to be conscious of what you're doing. You want to be taking action at all times. You want to be engaged at all times, but don't just like be mindlessly taking action. Try to make it productive. And again, it doesn't make it productive just because you're doing something. So hopefully that makes sense. Be more engaged with what you're doing. Just start taking action. The only way you can learn is from the feedback you're getting. Feedback from women, feedback from people. If you're in sales and you have this idea of like what might work, what to say next, the only way you'll find out is from the feedback you get. Are they buying from what you're doing and from what you're saying? And if they're not, then you have to try something different. But you're not gonna solve this problem by analytically thinking what's going to work. You're going to solve this problem by doing it. Another important thing for taking action consistently is accountability. It could be good to have a group of people that will keep you accountable. You have to have people that will kick you in the ass when you are being unproductive, when you're being lazy. And, admit your mistakes, admit that you're being lazy, admit that you're being unproductive. And then, it could be good to have people that will hold you accountable to that. So I've been networking with this person I met online. I actually told him yesterday that I was being lazy and unproductive, and he mentioned that it could be good to do like a co-working session. It was a way for me to, this co-working session is a way for me to be more accountable to do my work. And so it's good to have that friend and good to have that accountability partner that can say that like, hey, we can work together. He's not going to be like, oh, I get it. It's okay to be unproductive. Just be lazy. No, he'll say, maybe we can try working together, and that will hold you accountable to doing the work. So you need people that will hold you to a higher standard, and that's really helpful. So hopefully all of this helps and you got some value out of this. If you did, thanks for watching. I just started a new free school community, and it's a place where you can find more like-minded people. I will help you be accountable to your goals if that's what you're looking for. But yeah, you can check out the link in the description if you're interested. Thanks for watching.